from beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. He told us he wanted to have a big game running the football. He predicted well north of 100 yards. That's a heck of a start.
And we thought he was just blustering, right? We thought he was just kind of talking and trying to maybe talk himself into it. He knew something, and now that confidence is going sky high.
And they're already in plus territory. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Fields. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's Fields. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Fields now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
Here we go. Matter. You got a mini basement. Hey, 551.
Now Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hawk 70. Here we go. Panther 11. Panthers trap 60. Go.
On play action, McCarthy. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. You look at this Steeler defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Throwing is McCarthy. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's there. Here we go. Go Mars. Go Mars.
Now it's Fields. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
There's a quick throw to Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
To the air again, Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw is Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Ready? 70 Rangers, 70 check. Come 19.
To throw from his end zone, McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To throw from his end zone, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Dolphins at 10-4 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he stopped immediately there. Third down and 10.
No game on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
No street. 18, Pioneer.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Steelers 3, Dolphins nothing.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
23-yard line. A gain of 6 yards.
Dragon 60.
It's 4th down.
Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. McCarthy off the play fake. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here we go. Shotgun. Warrior 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Schwartz has got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Throw right side. Going to be caught here by Waddle. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd in a couple. Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 19.
On play action. Now McCarthy. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Achane is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Reload. Reload. Ready.
Achane once more, and he's going the wrong way again. He'll lose yardage here back to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? In motion goes the tight end.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
3rd and goal, McCarthy. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 6th 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Hey, Ken. Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that in the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here we go. West right there.
A shotgun snap. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4.
Let's go. Hey, Ken. EQ. Go.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. 79, Bronco. Check go.
Here's McCarthy. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
19,
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now McCarthy. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hut.
To the air with McCarthy. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be hit as as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Come on, set. 19 Lions. Warriors 70. Ready.
Stick him with a pass. Here's McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
In motion, the tight end.
Trap 60. Ready.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Here we go. You got a mini base. Why not?
Here's Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
551. Extend.
Now Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run Achane, and he is going to lose yardage here. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
70 range.
Throwing is McCarthy. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Sanders' kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they...
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards.
And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now out and get himself calm.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throw caught by Achane.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On play action, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Throwing again, McCarthy. And a throw right sideline is complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Fields changing the play.
Up the middle they go. McCall, and 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else. Now it's Fields.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down, Fields.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is
over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch at the 34. From the gun, here's Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try the left side. McCall.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
To throw is Fields.
It's brought in by Wilson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. Tonight.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Alpha.
Back to throw. Fields.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Hey, check that.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
19
Here's McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Fields. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
On play action, now McCarthy. He's got room past the 30.
And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Finding Shorts, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Fields.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hey, can't. Yep. Medic. Go.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open, complete, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Calvin Austin, 70 yards. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute?
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Dolphins up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
Go Mars, go Mars. Press, go straight.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. That is caught.
Powering his way forward.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
To the air again, Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, son. One straight. Easy. Right.
Here's Fields.
Flush to his right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, Monday.
Now Fields.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
18, Pioneer. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. 19, 18.
On play action, McCarthy.
Shorts has got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 79 Broncos.
To the air with McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence.